to Susan. I'm excited to read your chapter. I'm nervous. This is totally new, brand spanking new, but let's try it. Okay, so 5 years ago I wrote a story called The Baby Glows, which is in the collection. It's about a baby that glows. And so last week I was thinking, what else can't babies do that I wish they could? And I decided orchestra conductor. So this is called The Baby Directs Brahms. First, there's the problem of the baton. The baby is short, the baton is tall, 16 inches to the baby's 28. His fingers pudge fat around it like sausages coiled over coat hanger wire. The baton's a mollard, the handle pear-shaped, polished rosewood red. The shaft is carbon fiber, white, and tapers to a point. The tip is blunted. Still, the baby's eyes are there, like right there, right in baton tip waving range, and it's only the thing's lightness, 7 grams, 1/4 of an ounce, that keeps the baby from losing his grip, keeps the blunted end out of one or the other of the baby's wayward eyes, which is not to say out of the baby's mouth. Between rehearsals, the baby often gnaws the pear-shaped rosewood handle, which, true to Mollard's word, holds up to the masticating abuse. He's not a bad conductor, the baby. There have been better. There have been worse. Sure, there are the paroxysms of baby flesh, the spasms of tantrum or giggly joy that speed the orchestra up or slow it down, often at the less expected of intervals. Sometimes a trumpet is signaled where no trumpet ought to be. In truth, you never know what you're going to get with baby. But isn't that the appeal, the draw? It's like when a 7-year-old puts up a show at a gallery in Soho and people pay scads for a bright orange canvas splashed with green. It's the novelty of it. A kid did that. And that's here too, sure, but here there's more, some spark, some cool, ineffable mystique belonging neither to age or able-bodiedness. Whatever it is, it's going to keep on being because ticket sales are through the fucking roof. The diaper at its fullest is an embarrassment. But then the mother changes baby and returns him to the platform. Freshly diapered and smelling lilac-y of talcum and balms and scented creams, the baby continues to conduct as any conductor would, any conductor under 3 feet tall, who occasionally falls over and must be righted so that the orchestra might go on. The parents can be tough to deal with. The mother's nice enough. The father's a piece of work. There was the night the tuba missed a note. Sure, the baby failed to cue him, but for the father that was no excuse. The tuba went or else the baby walked. Not walked. The baby can't walk. Can't crawl. Though he's gotten better this week at holding up his head. And so the tuba, fuck Juilliard, fuck the 4-year stint with the Iceland Symphony Orchestra, was sent packing back to Reykjavik. The baby conducts, and when he does, he conducts only Brahms. The baby could conduct other things ostensibly, but the baby refuses. The baby don't truck with Gershwin or with Mozart, Chopin or Pachelbel. Bach? No. Beethoven? No. Put the Moonlight Sonata before him and the baby bursts into tears. There's no two ways around it. This baby loves him some Brahms. Why this is, no one can say. Maybe it's the folk themes, maybe it's the sound, that clever blend of classic and romantic and baroque. In an age when Brahms has fallen out of favor, too academic, too German, too sad, baby relishes, or seems to, for who can say what goes on in the depths of a baby's heavy soccer ball-sized head. Seems, yes, to savor all that fanfare and careful counterpoint, all that polyphonic storm and drone. Tears fattening his already fattened baby cheeks. The baby waves, shakes, and stamps his feet, only occasionally hurling the baton. The baby conducts, the orchestra belts it out, and from the wings the parents smile wide. These performers, all of these classically trained musicians, and all of them, these performers, all of these classically trained musicians, and over all of them, their baby reigns. Their baby, who might one day be called maestro, Their baby whom they are not pushing, but who has a natural and hardworking disposition all his own. They do not push him, would never push him, would never dream of asking the baby to do one thing toward which he was not already inclined. Their baby who loves music, who loves his job, who loves Brahms, and also Coke. Like many chief conductors, the baby at 6 months has a nasty Coke habit. Smokes cigarettes too, like they're going out of style. No liquor, no weed for baby. For this baby, it's all uppers. But how else to push through nap time? What better way to fight past the dreamy lull of a post-boob snack? And yet, for all the Bolivian marching powder, the baby still has the flab of a pothead, the red nose of a Friday to Monday drunk. The baby's second wife claims she likes his love handles, but who's she fooling? At 8 weeks, she's a little young even for him. Still has a curl of dried umbilicus flower petering from her abdomen. Still takes a passy before she'll take a dick in the ass. Only thing her backside's good for is for snorting coke off of. In such matters, and matters such as coke and wives and dicks and orifices of other babies, the parents frown but look the other way. They have to. If baby is to be the best, this is how it must be. Ultimately, he will disown them. Ultimately, their son will suffer a breakdown, pierce his nose, or else tattoo his face, drop out of the spotlight, do 3 to 4 stints in rehab, go on a public apology tour, take on bit parts in a summer blockbuster, do a weekend update cameo on SNL, do a tete-a-tete with Dr. Phil, then catch the attention of an up-and-coming composer, hitch his wagon to that star, and once fame and fortune have been regained, reject the young composer as an upstart and difficult to work with before settling back into his first love, Brahms. In so doing, he'll fill Carnegie Hall for a one-night, sold-out show, conducting that year's most lauded Philharmonic in a performance of the 4th in E minor, arguably Brahms' most lauded symphony, and the show, which will be dedicated not only to his 7th wife, but also to his parents, one of whom will be bald from chemo, the other head-shaven in solidarity, and this is how they'll know they've done right by him, his parents. This moment, this dedication, this night when briefly, spot-lit, kerchiefed and ball-capped, they'll be asked to stand and wave and take a bow, the two of them not knowing even then that in mere weeks, the one will succumb to the disease, provoking a funeral service that the conductor, baby no more, will regretfully be unable to attend, deep as he is in the first movement of the first full-scale composition of his own, but his sympathies, his genuine, deeply sincere sympathies, along with the sympathies of his 8th wife, and along with these fairly expensive flowers, are with them, with the whole family. He's sorry, he really is. It's just that the life of a maestro is such a busy, difficult life. He requests their forgiveness, if not their understanding, because really he wouldn't expect them to understand. But none of that has come to pass yet. For now, there's only the swell of music, the bob of baby's head, that baton cleaving the atmosphere like a butcher acquisitioning inch-thick steaks. There's the baby enchanted, if not at peace, in love with music, if not with life. And there's always the lullaby. That lullaby. You didn't know that, did you? But that's him. That's Brahms, Opus 49, number 4, Guten Abend, Gute Nacht, lullaby and good night. Go to sleep, little baby. And this, naturally, is baby's favorite. Sweating, crying, carrying the weight of an orchestra on his little baby back, one imagines the baby dreams of sleep, of nights when the music quiets and the amphetaminic drugs thin out, when the audience heads home and his parents bed down for the night, when he is adrift in his crib like a boy on a boat at sea. Spin of mobile, moonlight, a sky of plastic stick-on stars ceilinged overhead. Rockabye. And who knows what dreams tunnel the synapse soil of infant minds. Maybe the baby dreams of what's to be, of what has been or what won't be, Or maybe in dreams there are only hands. The right baton for rhythm, tempo, time, left cupped for cues, for decibel and depth. The music, space-caught, waits. A bulb before the baby's chest. The baby cannot speak, can only gurgle, cry, and coo. But in the absence of words, he finds a voice, pulls hum from nothing, pulls song from empty air. It's only air. But when he's done with it, it'll be a symphony. Thank you.